Okay, welcome back home with me, Tori. Great to have you back. We are hitting the We're Not Really Strangers self-reflection edition today. It says self-awareness starts with self-reflection. And that is facts. I hope every card in here is shiny. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's day? I think they are all shiny. That's fun. I have Bob Ross going in the background over on the TV. He's painting a gorgeous little sunset right now with a cool mountain. Bobby Ross, a legend. R.I.P. Okay, let's freaking do it. Self-reflection, self-reflection. We love a little self-reflecting, don't we? Okay. Shuffle them up. I don't know how these questions are going to be posed, but hopefully I can figure it out. Okay, here we go. Who do I envy? Why do I envy them? I definitely envy people who travel the world for a living or have the means to travel the world kind of whenever they want, however they want. Because if I could do anything with my time, it would be to travel the world and see the world. So I very much envy people like that. This is gonna sound so like cliche, but I really like try not to envy people because it's a very like gross feeling inside to like be jealous of other people. I'm fortunate enough to have some really successful best friends that live a really cool life, and can pretty much do whatever they want and have taken me on really cool trips with them, and we've gotten to do some really fun stuff, and I've definitely been able to see a side of life that I've never been exposed to before because they're so blessed with success in their business endeavors. But I'm certainly not like envious of them, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they lived this life. Well, yeah, they worked freaking hard to get there, so kind of checks out. So I'm not, if anything, I find if I'm around people like that who are super successful and are able to do the things that I want to do one day, I just find that motivating more than anything, and inspiring, and like, you know, I just hope to be that way one day. I hope to be able to have that kind of freedom and independence and stability to do the things I want to do and take care of my people. I really don't think it gets better than that. If I'm able to take care of my people and make sure everybody's good and also like do the things that bliss me out, which as we've pretty much all gathered now from how much I freaking yap about it, it's traveling and seeing the world. So, yeah, I wouldn't say, I actively try not to like be jealous of people or envious of people because like I'm very sensitive to that feeling. If I'm feeling like jealous of somebody, I can like feel that sludge inside, you know. It's just not a good way to be. It's not a good way to feel. It's not a good way to think. I mean, it's just like there's no good that comes from being envious of somebody. You can be like inspired by them and be like, wow, their life is really cool. I want to try to attain that for myself. But like, I don't know, walking around jealous of somebody, envious of somebody. I guess I'm like always envious of girls with really nice butts because I'm like, I want that butt. But I'm not like envious, you know? I don't know. Like, I don't really think I get like envious. How many times can I say the word envious? Okay, I'm not envious of anybody. People who travel the world, I want to be you, but I'm not envious of you. I applaud you for getting to a spot in your life where you can go see the frickin' world. That's amazing. Post all the pictures, but also remember to pack it in, pack it out. Like, let's, you know, when we see beautiful places, we need to leave them more beautiful than we saw them when we got there. I really I came in strong with that and then I butchered it, but you know what I mean. Like, if you just try to, that's just like my little PSA. Like, it doesn't even have to be like hiking, camping out in nature. Like, just try to leave the world a better place wherever you go. That can also include like your interactions with people, you know, as you get to like travel and see the world and interact with people from different cultures and all that. Like, we're all just out here trying to see as much of it as possible. And I know like tourism is pretty annoying and a lot of people do take advantage of really cool historic places because, you know, they saw it on TikTok and they now want to go there. But like, you all should go see all these places, but just also try to like be mindful that like other people want to see these places too. So let's not spoil a good thing, you know, like just pick up trash and be nice to people, and you don't need to take 1,000 photos of the same thing. Maybe just stand there in awe of it and just kind of take it in, you know? So, okay, that's my PSA. I'm gonna freaking shut up about that. Let's pull another card. I really just like, when I look through this deck, I really try to just like feel one that speaks to me. Like, this one feels good. I'm gonna pull this one. I like these questions. These are good. What's an important boundary I want to set with someone in my life? Why haven't I set it already? So I'm definitely the type of person where I can be like a little too go with the flow. And what I mean by that is like, when it comes to communication or making plans or, you know, waiting for a response regarding something that we're going to do, like, I will very much kind of like default to like whatever is convenient for you, whatever is best for you. Text me back whenever it's best for you. Let me know when we're doing such and such thing. But like, I think I need to get better at setting a boundary of like, well, one, I need to get better at just like also initiating plans, setting times, and like kind of taking charge of that, which I think would help as far as, you know, the boundaries. But I think also just having conversations with people where it's just like, I need to know when this is happening. Like, I need to be like a little bit more direct of like, we can do this thing on such and such day, but like, you need to, like, when you know something, let me know. Like, communicate that to me as well. Because I also have a life to live, and I'm definitely the type of person where like, I'll kind of just like shift around all of my stuff to be like more convenient for the other person. And like it comes from good intentions, and it's just me, I guess, like maybe being a little bit of a people pleaser or just wanting to be like respectful to the other person. But I do like, for me, I need to like set my boundaries of like, okay, well, like I'm doing this at this time and this is what my day looks like. So I need, you know, I need to just like be a little bit more firm, I think, with that. But I think that's an important boundary I want to set. I think I haven't set it because I'm just too nice and just like, I don't know, just need to be more vocal about it. But I can work on that for sure. Let's see, another boundary. Something, this is like a little bit more like past tense now, but a boundary that I have set in the more recent years is boundaries with friendships, particularly when the friendship becomes a little one-sided, if you will. I'm really big on reciprocity, obviously. I think anybody would be. But especially like in friendships as well, like it's about giving and taking and filling each other's cups up and being there for one another. And, you know, I'm a very loyal friend. I will pretty much like drop anything and do anything for my friends if they need me. But I also need to know that my friends can and will do that for me if the tables were turned. And there were a few friendships in my life over the course of these last, I mean, probably like 6 or 7 years, where I just kind of started to notice that the friendship felt very one-sided. Like we would only hang out on their terms, and if they ghosted me or changed plans last minute, like I was just supposed to be cool with that. Or, you know, every time we hung out, we only talked about them and like what was going on in their life. Or a friend would come to me, you know, seeking advice about something. And again, I'm the type of friend where I'm going to really hold a lot of mental, physical, and emotional space for you if you need me. That's just how I am. But I would have friends that would just kind of like come to me for advice on the same topic. And so I would hold the space, I would offer the advice, I would listen, I would give feedback, I would share my opinions, I would, you know, comfort, be a shoulder for them, be an ear for them, you know, do all of the things. And then, you know, I would think we've had this very like healing, healthy, kind of growing conversation where there's going to be some positives that come out of this for that person. And then like the next time I saw them a week later or 2 weeks later, we'd be talking about the same thing again. And it was just, I was just like, you know, I can't like keep pouring out so much for you when no changes are being made. Like, can't we talk about something else? And I've had friends that, you know, would kind of start to take advantage of the fact that I can and will drop everything and kind of go out of my way to help out with things. And it just, you know, all of those friendships, I wouldn't say this is definitely like not the way to go about it, but the way I would set my boundary is kind of just like removing myself from the friendship. I don't think that's the best way of going about it. It's definitely better to probably have a conversation, and that's something that I can work on. I'm just more like, I'll just remove myself. Like if it's starting to feel like toxic or non-reciprocal or drama, like I don't I'll just like step away. I just, I'm not going to actively seek out hanging out with you. I'm not going to go out of my way anymore for you. And, I would say like all of those friendships, when I would kind of remove myself, they weren't like chasing me down. So that was also kind of an inclination to me that it wasn't as deep and wholesome and connected of a friendship as I thought initially. So it kind of like, it's kind of, my answer is right there for me. Granted, that's all just my perspective of it all. I mean, all of these people could actually be like, no, screw her, she's a bitch. Like, she just never spoke to me again. I don't know what their perspective is. Again, it's to the point now where like, I don't really care to like seek that out. But yeah, that's definitely like a boundary over the last few years that I've kind of worked on setting, because the people in my life currently, the friends that I have right now, the friends that I've had for years, I know that if I were to do something like that, if I were to just like suddenly pull back and pull away, they would all like hunt my ass down and be like, what is going on? And definitely like call me out. So, which I need, I think friendships, true friendships, you got to hold your friend accountable. Like, you have to hold each other accountable for things. You got to be able to call each other out on things. You got to be able to have uncomfortable conversations, because true friendship, like, it's all going to come from a place of love. We really ultimately just want the best for each other and for ourselves. And so friendships are just their own unique relationship that needs to be nurtured, and you need to be supportive of one another, and you need to be able to have excellent communication. And yeah, I mean, they're just as vital as, a relationship with a partner, if not more, because a lot of these friendships you may have had for a really long time. So they require like a lot of nourishment. So yeah, I mean, it is always really interesting, like over the years, how you kind of watch your circle get smaller and smaller and smaller, but I wouldn't really have it any other way. I do think I have a lot of acquaintances. I genuinely love meeting new people and like having lots of friends, but like my close friends, I'm kind of like good with the number that I'm at. I like that it's a small circle, because I don't really have to like deal with BS at this point. I'm too old for that. No, I don't. Like, if you're bringing me drama, I'm just not going to talk to you anymore. And that's not the same thing as like, if a person has drama in their life and they're coming to me and just like venting about it, that's different. I can hold space for that. I don't really have a problem with that, but just know I'm going to offer you advice to the best of my ability, and offer solutions, and offer, strategies, and, different ways of thinking things. And I'm really gonna like try to give you as many tools as possible to the best of my ability. And if all of that is just kind of falling on deaf ears and not being like appreciated or utilized or applied, like, I'm not going to keep doing that, because that is super exhaustive energetically for me, as it would be for anyone. So I'm not going to just keep doing that. So yeah, to those out there that I don't speak to anymore, it really is like no hard feelings. I just had to set a boundary. And yes, I probably could have been better about sitting down and saying like, hey, I can't do this anymore. That is on me. I take responsibility for that. But at the end of the day, like, I just had to do it in the way that was best for me, which was kind of just like, cut it. So yeah, boundaries are super important. They're super healthy. Yeah, they're essential because at the end of the day, all you really have is yourself. So you got to make sure that you're looking out for you. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. So, little short and sweet today. I'm going to go watch some Bob Ross now because this sunset is getting dope. Oh, it's so good. I wish you could see it. But if you can, my TV has like an entire Bob Ross channel and I just have it on all the time as background. It's just Bob, just painting all day. Talk about soothing for the soul. Chicken noodle soup for the soul right there is watching Bob Ross paint and talk. And the sound of his little paintbrush on the thing that he holds with the paints. What is that called? The easel is the thing that you paint on. What is this that with the, you grab the paint and then you paint it? What is this called? This thing. Like the palette? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Anyways, the sound of that is really nice. It's like scratches my ears in the best way. Okay, I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna go. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time back home right here with me. Love ya.